no leaks. There's going to be no DMs that can surface. It's going to be cleaned up. And if she doesn't, she is going to lose her job. She deserves to lose her job then. And I would think that she is at least smart enough to know how to survive and play this game, and that she will be light. And this is all good news, Teresa. I'm not being negative to you. I'm actually just trying to get through to you that you got to cut it all off. Cut it all off, girl. Anyone else that from the past that is saying that they're coming back, they might come back. Let me explain something to you. Anybody from the past who is toxic, who is just known as toxic in the New Jersey atmosphere, there is a 0% chance that they are coming back. Nobody is coming back from the past. Kathy herself is a wonderful, well-adjusted human being, but they're not bringing Kathy back because that will send Teresa down a fucking spiral again, and we will have a toxic environment. You might as well keep Melissa or Margaret then. They're not going to do it. I'm not even saying Kathy wants to come back. The only person who is non-toxic from Teresa's past would probably be Jacqueline. But I mean, she doesn't live here. Do I think Jacqueline needs the money? Sure. Do I think she's going to, with a special needs child, relocate and rent something for 3 months? No. That at least would make some sense. And I'm not saying Jacqueline is innocent. Trust me, there are things that I know, girl, that are the farthest from innocent. But she's just not. She doesn't live here. So, but at least I could see that there's nobody coming back from the past. I'm sorry. I know what you all think. I'm just thinking like a corporation. And this to me is what makes sense. That is what makes sense. I mean, I think she is worried. I'm not saying anymore that Teresa's not replaceable. I think she is. I think she is going to be given the same way we brought everyone back this season. I think she's going to be given one last season to show that, like she says, that I'm lighthearted and all of this other stuff. And there's not going to be a Jacqueline. There's not going to be anyone else from the past. And I'm not even happy about this information. I would rather probably watch an all new cast if you want my opinion, but my opinion doesn't matter. I mean, right? I didn't want Bethany to leave. I didn't want Lisa Rinna to leave. I think Lisa Rinna is an icon. I love Lisa Rinna. I didn't want Vanderpump to leave. I get over everything. Just tell me what the facts are. I don't have any emotions. I'm dead inside. And whatever you tell me the facts are, I will deal with them. I think this is what's going to happen. I do. I really do. I mean, even her friend Jennifer Aiden, look, I mean, I think they are real friends. I don't think it's for the show, but if Teresa needs to lay low from her because she's still on the same way, look at Shannon. Look what Shannon, according to the rat that scurries, and she is in the corner. And again, she doesn't even deserve a fucking piece of Gouda. Goes her tail. Look what I mean, according to the rat, Shannon kicked her and Vicky to the curb when she was still on the show and they weren't. She didn't think she could be seen with them. I don't know if that's Teresa, but if she's told, stay away from Jennifer Aiden because she leaked all the screeners and did all this bad stuff, and Teresa did it too. But like I said, life is not fair. Just this is how it's going to go forward. It's not fair that she did all this and Aiden did it. Aiden's going to be the one to take the fall for it all. I don't mean Teresa's going to tell her to. I just mean that Jennifer's going to get herself fired. And this one isn't fired. And therefore, that's so maybe she will stay away from Jennifer if people tell her to stay away from Jennifer. I don't know. I honestly don't know. What else can I say before we wrap up? I don't even understand my notes here. Somehow Dolores will live to see another day. Yes. We will clean this up. It won't be toxic. I hope Teresa can do it. They're going to tell her to behave. just reading through all this to see if there's anything else that makes sense. Can she lighten up? I don't know. Melissa will be in very well with the network. Maybe she'll have a spinoff. Who knows? Um, let me see. If she doesn't do it, it's not going to work. I'm just reading my notes to see if I'm not forgetting anything, guys. And hopefully she'll just realize, I mean, she'll be number one on the call sheet. Like, what's the problem? Because look, you've asked for this for 10 years. You've asked for Melissa to go. You've asked, I mean, it's no clue you want Margaret to go. We're going to give it to you. And now it's up to you, girl. So that's my advice. I hope someone, I mean, we know Lexi's listening. If Lexi's not listening, Margaret's listening. Melissa's probably listening. Hopefully, Teresa has her assistant listening to this. The lawyer listens to every word I say. So hopefully, I mean, he's not going to tell her this because of all the things I said about him, but hopefully someone in her inner camp tells her this and gets her this message. And I'm just trying to help you, girl. I'm trying to help you. And Nene is gone. And so there is a way that she'll be gone, but it's not going to be next season. And the thing about season is like, we watched a whole season last season. With no, like it's going to be like they were never there. Like it's like Lisa Rinna was never on Beverly Hills. We've moved on. So it will be like no, and they're aware of all the bloggers and Melissa's old nose and all that. They know everything. This doesn't excuse what Teresa has done. They're not condoning it. They don't like it. I think they're going to mention it to her when they speak to her. But believe it or not, I don't think all the stuff she has done with the bloggers and all of that is going to get her fired. I just don't. It will get Jennifer Aiden fired. Margaret is going to go because she activates Teresa. It's also Margaret's time to go. But that's what I'm predicting. I think we keep Teresa, Fuda, Cabral, and Dolores. And I don't know about Fessler, maybe. And that's how it's going to be. And we're going to cast new people and it's going to be all kumbaya. And hopefully you will have learned your lesson, Teresa. And yes, Bravo knows all about Melissa Zolnose and all about everything else. And I just don't think it matters. I just think that the masses of people out there just, this is how it's going to move forward. And by the way, I do think if there was any second scenario that would work, the second scenario would be the reboot and all fresh faces, like completely. And I still think that I don't think Bravo knows yet. I think that is a strong possibility, and it is the one that we could win out on. But I just don't think we're there yet. I think we're going to give it one season to see if she can behave herself, this Teresa Giudice, without everybody else there. And there'll be tension, but I don't think she's going to be in it. I think it'll be with, Cabral and Fuda and the newbies and Dolores. And I think that is how we're going to, maybe we'll bring Fessler back and her and Fuda can fight it out. That's what I predict, everybody. So there you go. Take that to the bank. I'm more than happy to be wrong. I'm more than happy to be reminded of being wrong. Like y'all remind me that I was wrong about Melissa, even though I really wasn't, because I was saying that's what you should have done. And this is what I think is going to happen. And I'm going back because I said this all season and I backtracked. And now that I've thought clearly about it, those are my predictions. And hey, who is excited to talk about RHOC and everything else going on other than RHONJ? Please let it be quiet with RHONJ once it's like off the air and we've all moved on. Please let it fade. Let it fade the same way Vanderpump has kind of faded. We can hear about Jax going into treatment and, Lala's health scare and Katie's dating the guy from like Love Island. We can have little tidbits here, but please let's move on from RHONJ once it's over. Let's talk about the OC and all sorts of other things, which will be much less toxic. I want that. I know all of you want that. And we made it through another season, guys, together. That's what we're here for. What would I do without all of you listeners?